Hey there, Addy friends. Connie here from Blissfully Creative. Today I finally sharing my December daily album. This is my first year doing the December daily. I'm not really doing. I don't think I'm going to do a daily photo. I'm not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I probably won't do like Project Life sort of style. I might do it a little bit different. So you'll just have to wait and see as I go along. So I've had to film this process video over 3 nights because I have been at school and I've had a fair bit of homework, and so I've just been doing little bits at a time, and I finished it this morning. So you'll see a huge difference in the lighting change. So what I've done is that album came in the December document kit from Kitaholic Kits, and that's just a Kaiser Craft album there. So what I've done is I've just used my gift card, plastic card thing, and just put some gesso just in that sort of area where I wanted my embellishments to go. And now I'm just using some modelling paste, and I had a little bit of trouble with this modelling paste. It was probably 11 o'clock at night and I'm doing this, and just about to go to bed, and just wanted to get this started. And the modelling paste, I think it's dried up. I think it's because it's gone a little bit like manky, if I can say that word. I don't know if that's a bad word to say, but it's gone real manky. And so I struggled with it a little bit, so I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. But, yeah, so what do? It's what's done is done. So now I'm going to come back. This is the next night. So as you can see, I've got different clothes on, and all the modelling paste is dry, and the paint is all dry and everything. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover. I really don't know what to say. Anyway, I'm using that gelato. It's a metallic gold one because I really wanted it to have like a little, my modelling paste stars to have a little bit of shimmer to it, but it really didn't work. And I was a little bit disappointed, and my finger was getting sore rubbing over all that modelling paste. And yeah, I was really disappointed with how that turned out. And I found some old metallic rub-ons that I had brought from years and years and years ago, like when I first started scrapbooking. And I was going to use those, but I think they're pretty much like the same. Like when I tested it on as you can see down in the bottom right-hand corner, I've tested it on my table there, and yeah, it was pretty much the same. So I decided not to go with that. I do come back and have a go at doing it with a Heidi Shine, and it works out so much better. So I stop recording here and sort of sit there and ponder and think, oh my god, what am I going to do now? And or I come back with, this is my kit. I have sort of set up a December daily kit, and what I've done is I've just gone through all my stash plus the Kitaholics kit, documented December kit. See, that's a mouthful. It's all in there, and I've just added more little bits and things and stuff that I had lying around, and I've sort of made it into a kit. And honestly, I don't like it in that. I really don't. I find it really annoying because the box is really, really big and I have to pull it out, and my desk is such a mess and I have no room, and now I regret doing that because I've thrown out all the packaging, and so it's going to have to stay in there and I'm just going to have to deal with it. So that piece of paper I'm making a tag out of, that is such an old piece of paper. I reckon I've had that for like 10, 12 years. I just found it in my paper stash, and I really liked, because I was going for the red and the aqua theme, and that's how I've done my Christmas tree as well, and how I'm going to decorate my house. So that's my whole theme for this Christmas, and it had those 2 colours in it, and it was just perfect. So I pulled that out and put that in my December kit, my daily kit. So here I come back with my this is the Heidi Shine, and Heidi Swap Colour Shine, I should call it. And yeah, I'm just coming back in, and I didn't want to spray it on directly on because I didn't know what was going to happen, and I think my little nozzle's broken and it could have gone anywhere. So I decided just to put it in one of those little pallets that I have that's never been cleaned, which is really, really bad because you'll see that I actually pick up some of that red and it goes on the album, but oh well. And I've just painted it on because I just sort of wanted that sort of watercolor effect, but I still wanted that shimmer. And I found that this probably worked out. It was better than the gelato, but not what I had envisioned in my head. It still wasn't envisioned. Maybe I should have, after thinking about it, I should have, when I had done the modelling paste, put some glitter, some fine glitter in the modelling paste before it dried. That's probably what I should have done, but I didn't, so this is what I've ended up with. So I'll come back, and now I'm going to set that off to dry. Man, I really don't know what I'm talking about, do I? Sorry guys. Yeah, so I've just set that aside to dry, and I'm just going to make my little cluster that I'm going to build up for the front of the album. I was going to try and keep it as flat as possible, but I couldn't help myself. I needed to sort of build it up a little bit, give it a little bit of dimension. I really don't know how it's going to last on the album cover, but yeah, it just didn't look right. It really didn't feel comfortable without adding that little bit of, oh, what do you call it? Oh, I can't even remember the name. That bit of material there. And it just didn't feel right. And I really wanted to add heaps more layers underneath that tag and build them right up, but I knew I couldn't because it's going to be sitting on the front of the album. And yeah, it's just going to end up getting damaged. So I had to restrain myself, if that makes sense. I really, really had to restrain myself. So I'm just, yeah, working out my layering. And I'm just going to use my tiny attacher just to hold it all together so I can see what it looks like on the album. So it's just, I just sort of put it down in the corner there, just so it's sort of hidden, but it's holding all the pieces together. And then I'm going to paint my DEC, December. I'm going to use some red paint. That's just some creme coat paint that I had in my stash, and the red seemed to match the colour, the same sort of colour red that was in the papers, so that's just what I used. And I'm just using some gesso beforehand, which I don't think it even really made a difference, but that's what I did. And then I painted it red off camera because I had a feeling this video was going to be getting too long, and I didn't want it to be too long. I just wanted a really quick, short video on doing the cover. So I think it's going to end up being 10 minutes, so that's okay. So here I am just placing all this down, and then I will start. This is basically what I want to do, and now I'm going to start to fiddle around with what elements I want to put on there, what embellishments I want to add. And I fuss and I fuss and I fuss and I bring everything down and I check it out and I look, and it just wasn't working. And I think I sat here last night for about 5 or 10 minutes sitting here doing this, just fussing around, changing out flowers and stars, and yeah, it's just, I really just need to make a decision, because I could have finished this last night and had it up this morning, but I end up just giving up and leaving it and going to bed and coming back this morning to finish it because I just couldn't work it out. And it was driving me insane, and it was just all about those stars. That's all it was. It was nothing else. I was happy with everything else. It was just the placement of the stars, or was I going to put a flower there? And that's what it all came down to. So it's just crazy. So that's what I've ended up with. So I have hot glued it all down. This is the next day. This is this morning. Hot glued it all down with my hot glue gun to make sure that it sticks there. And that's what I've ended up with. So I'm really, really happy. So I have that close to my heart shimmer trim. That's stuff I have left over from when I was a consultant for them. So I decided that little bit got a little bit too messy with the paint going onto the black, so I just had to try and cover it up a little bit. So I'm using some of that shimmer tape in the gold, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just to make sure it's more reinforced there as well. And I'll just put that in. Sorry about my head, I haven't done my hair or anything, so I've only just really gotten out of bed. This is before I got the kids up for school. You can still see a little bit of paint there, but oh well, I just have to deal with that. So that's pretty much it from me today, and magical fingers. Bye.